Hi, I'm Carlie Cornell.
And I'm Harvey Cornell, and we are Dragon Phoenix Games.
Today we want to introduce you to Built in a Day. We're going to show you a little bit about how it's played. It's a fairly simple thing with a small rule set, so I'll just show you a little bit about how we're set up. When we start the game, we each have a floor plan and a finishing tile ready for the end of the game, and in this case we're just going to take one token apiece for the bonuses that we offer. We'll explain the rules as we go along.
And we've already put out an offer. You'd normally have to start by pulling that from the bag, but we just put it out at the start.
As a place to start. That's part of setup.
So we didn't decide ahead of time who's going to be first. Why don't you be first?
Okay. So I am playing with the red tiles that represent China. It's not a very deep theme. It's mostly an abstract game. But I am looking to create a hospital, that's the one that we chose, that is all red. That's my objective. So I'm going to pick something that has red on it. And I think I'll take this one. And I have to place it, because there are pre-printed colors on here, I need to place this next to one of them, touching, with either my green touching the green here, so I could put it here, or here, or here, or the
even
red.
Partly covering the red one.
Yeah, I could.
You'd even do.
Yeah, I could do something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I'm not probably going to cover red if I can help it, though eventually I expect all of these will get covered.
But you might have the red on your new tile cover the green on your floor plan, if you wanted.
Right. But what I think I want to do is, I'm just going to go with a solution like this.
So you are covering your red.
I am going to cover my red. Yeah. Just because I want my new reds sort of on the outside of the design. That's usually where I want to try to start. So I have placed a tile. Now it's Harvey's turn to choose a tile and place it.
Okay. So
You're playing blue.
I'm playing the blue, which has got the trident on it, which represents Greece. Poseidon, I guess is where that came from.
Yeah.
So now I could take either. Since I'm trying to build blue, both of them have a blue, so they're both helpful to me. But if I wanted to be more aggressive, I'll take the one that's got her symbol as well, so that it's not available to her to later. So we're not always like playing aggressive, but this is probably how most people would play it. So I'm going to play it here. So this red is next to this. That makes it a legal placement. And my strategy is to try to get to this row of three and this row of three.
That's right, that works pretty well, doesn't it?
Well, it looks like you're kind of going for getting these two cleared, covered up.
Right.
Well, you'll see as we go. Often a good strategy is to finish off a section, and I'm trying to finish off these two rows first. You can't finish off everything at once, because most of the time the tiles have one of your symbol, not, or maybe one in a unicorn, which is a wild. But for the most part, you're going to have to play some things that are not your civilization. So, anyway, so
we're down to one tile. When you're down to one tile, the person who just finished playing is going to refill the offer. So in this case, since there are two of us playing, we draw two tiles, and Harvey will put those in the thing, and then
I can go again.
He takes another turn.
It's kind of the snake idea, the snake turn order. So even if there were 4 players, you'd do A, B, C, D, and then the player D would refill the offer, and then D, C, B, A.
You don't go backwards.
No, that's right. You go
round. So it's not really a snake.
Yeah,
it's
not really a snake, but you get to go back-to-back turns.
Yeah. the last person on a round will start the next round.
So I'm going to take the only one that's got my
Okay,
symbol.
all right.
And now that I'm making these touch, I don't care about that one. I'm just going to cover it up.
Okay, and there aren't any red ones out here, so I'm going to take a unicorn because that's the next best thing. And the unicorn is wild when you place it, so it'll match this red. It is also wild when it's in place, so if I were to place it here, then I put another tile next to it, they can be any color. But I'm going to put it here because that works with the idea that I have in mind of filling up the outside edges. Now we're down to one tile again, so now I refill the offer. 2 tiles. Oop, both reds. Sweet. I'm gonna take this one
Or
because
you're going to play nice, huh? Or is
no,
it just
it's
because
just
it
this
fits
works for
better?
me because I can put it here.
Mm-hmm.
And it line up my greens here. So, your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, not nice. It's just
And-
self-serving.
Well, I mean, you could have tried to be aggressive and take this one, and
Yeah.
it may not be as easy to place, but it,
Right.
see, because actually what she might have done is, yeah, you have to place it next to a tile that's already been placed, but the pre-printed ones count too. So she could have gone here and have taken away the one tile that works for me and still had a good play, but she didn't. So that means I have a blue tile for me. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover this one because it's actually, even though these help you with your initial placements, it's actually really hard to save this one and not cover it. I'm not even going to try. I'm going to go ahead and cover. And then I have to
Yep, down to one tile again.
refill again.
And then take a turn.
Oh, now here's an interesting dilemma. Now I can take the one blue one, which is helpful to me, but I could also, in the end, your building needs to have all either your symbols, in my case the trident, blue trident, and or unicorn. So the unicorn also counts for having my matching on my floor plan. It's actually not as efficient at the scoring at the end. So this was actually better for me for scoring, but there's only one tile that is helpful to Carlie. So if I were being aggressive, I would take this one, even though it's a little bit less points for me, because that leaves no really good tiles for Carlie. Now, on the other hand, in the middle,
I'm likely to cover these guys up eventually
so
anyway.
it's not going to hurt her
not-
that much.
Yeah,
So,
at this
but if
point
she
in the
takes
game-
this one, they're both good for her.
Yeah.
So that's the real problem for me is, do I want to let her take a tile that lets her have 2 good faces? Or do I take one slightly less good face for me and leave her nothing very good? Well, I'm not going to play that aggressive. I'm going to go ahead and play what's best for me, and she got lucky and got a good tile. So now I want to, like I said, I covered this already, so I'm hopefully going to be able to not recover those. But I also want to do the same thing on the other side, but if you notice, that does not make something matching touch, so that's not a legal placement. This one is, because this one is next to that one. Or this one is because this one's next to that one. So I could place it either place. But I think, now, if I did put it here, notice now if my next one went here, if I'm covering that, I'm going to have to use either the green or the red to match, or a blue. Whereas if I went here, I could actually put one here that's either green or red or gold pyramid. So maybe if I put it here, it's more versatile. So I'm going to pick that one.
Okay. Well, and the two faces of goodness are irresistible for me, so I'm gonna do this. And you'll notice I twisted it. One of the reasons for that is that the tiles inside tend to get covered up at various times, so I'd rather put the high value red marker on the outside, where I'm less likely to have to cover it.
And the unicorn as well, you may be able to leave alone
I might be able
too. So
Yeah.
take advantage of both sides. Whereas if she put it in here somewhere, she may have to end up covering the
Probably end up
unicorn
covering it.
anyway.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put it here and hope that maybe I don't have to put a tile in that space at all anymore. And then we're down to one tile, and I draw and take another turn.
But now you could
Now I
consider
am
taking
gonna
the one
be,
that
now
I want.
I am gonna be a little bit of a brat here and take your tile.
So now I actually have an option to use my token here. Now, see, because there's no blue and no unicorn, so if I place something, I'm not making any progress in terms of getting a uniform color. So, but I'm probably going to have to cover some things anyway. It may not be that big a deal, but I do have the option. We each got one token, and you have two possible uses for your token. One of them is to discard what is in the offer and draw replacements, and then you can choose. So I could discard those, well, set them aside anyway, draw two replacements, and then pick something from there, and then these two would end up going back to the bag and it'd still come back out later. I might be able to get a more useful tile, like maybe with the trident or the unicorn if I did that. But the other option for that, the token, the other thing that it can do, you have to pick one or the other, but the other one is to let you move a tile you've already placed as long as it's not already covered, and that you move it to a place that you are legally allowed to place it. I actually want to save that option for later. I think maybe I might need it later, so I would rather not use up my token this early. So I'm figuring I'm just going to place something that I'll have to cover later. So if I take this one, and I could place it here because that pyramid is next to that pyramid, and it doesn't, even though I could put it here and have this green next to this green, or here and have the pyramid next to here, I'm trying to fill these two sections early. I don't really think that's a good plan for me. I think I'm going to have to, whatever I put here, I'm probably going to have to cover later anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this out here with the understanding I'll have to cover it up later.
Okay.
And then the offer's down to one, I have to restock. So yeah, I could have used my token and found something better, but I chose to just place something that I figured I was going to have to replace at some point anyway. Now again, there's no blue, but there is a unicorn, so I think what I'll do is just accept the unicorn, and even though it's not as good as a trident for me, it's still not bad. So now I could not place it here. I could not place it there because I am not putting it next to anything that matches. Diagonal doesn't count. It has to be either horizontal or vertical, whichever one you want to call horizontal and vertical. I'll call that horizontal. So that is not a legal placement. But I could put it here because the green is next to this green. It doesn't matter. I hit the diagonal again, doesn't matter. But that makes it a legal placement. So I'll take that.
Yeah, and just to, as a note, you'll see that our little corners are poking up. These are our prototypes. They do represent the actual weight and size of the tokens that we will have in the final game, but obviously the printer's going to use better glue than we did.
Yeah, we don't have an official prototype copy or proof copy from the vendor. As a matter of fact, even this is just a piece of paper. This one's on cardboard, but they're going to be much better quality
so just,
materials.
Just
this is
a note.
very early prototype is sufficient for the testing,
Yeah,
but
oh, yeah.
doesn't represent what the final copy is going to look like.
Yeah, so I need to draw from here, and both of these are fine for me, so, I think I'll take the one with the green on it just to open up my options, cause I've only got gold and blue here to place against, and I think, in case I get stuck. So I'm gonna place in the, oh no, I really don't wanna do that, do I? Do I wanna do, what do I wanna do? I'm gonna put it here.
Not a legal placement.
No, it isn't. No, I can't put it there. So I'll put it. It seems a shame to.
You're going to have to.
I'm going to take this
Yes, that is a better choice.
one. Well, not really. I really don't want my reds to end up in the center here because the center ones get covered up. But I can't place this. Oh, I can place it here. I can place it here.
Yeah, but look at that hole. Do you like that? I think you better place it this way.
No, all right, I'll do that.
You got to be careful. You create little holes like that, then you're unable. If she had done that, I don't know that there's any way for her to complete her
except if
floor
I
plan.
use my finishing tile for that, and that is not a good use of your finishing tile. So yeah. So
very
this is
unwise
better.
choice if she had done that. See,
Yeah.
I left like a 2-space here and a 2-space here. I can continue to place things. She has to be careful not to leave a single space without something
Right.
adjacent. Because you can't, although you can build up in level stacking, you can't place it where it's not supported properly on one side. So she wouldn't be able to have it like sticking here and then the other one just dropping down. You can't do that.
They don't have a foundation. This is a building problem. So, all right. So I replenish the offer, and now I take another turn. And honestly, this one fits better than anything. And I might do that because one of these is likely to be around when I'm trying to take my next turn. So maybe. Let's see. Is there a better answer than that? There
Well,
really isn't.
if you took
No.
this one and put it
Yeah.
here, that would actually possibly let you get a red one that might be able to stay.
Maybe. Let's try that. Because I'm going to match here, so. Okay, your turn.
Of course,
His plan's
I'm
working
interested
better.
in her leaving that. But
Yeah.
I gave her some help because
Also-
I was interested in her leaving this for me.
Yeah.
Now, and that's touching a unicorn, or that's touching, so that's legal in more than one way. And
Okay, now
once
you get to
again,
draw.
you're gonna draw. Now our tiles, you'll notice we have 3 bags here. That's because you're going to completely exhaust one bag before you switch to the next bag, and then eventually, either you're going to reach a victory condition for somebody, or you're
You'll
going
run out of
to,
tiles.
or you're going to go till you run out of tiles. But they're in separate bags because that reduces the randomness. Because we make sure each bag has an even distribution. If you have them all in one big bag, then it could be that one player's colors just doesn't come out for a long time. So we separate them in separate bags so that they're smaller groups, and therefore it's a more controlled way that they come out, and it's
Right.
less likely someone is stuck with, they don't see their color for a long time and have an
Yeah.
unfair situation.
Yeah, we don't want pouting. I mean, it's bad enough, because sometimes your color isn't there. But like right now.
Yeah, it's like right now, and it looks like I'm either going to have to use my token now, or I'm going to have to place something that
You don't
doesn't
want to place.
that doesn't add either my blue faction color or a unicorn. But if I can't place a blue faction or a unicorn, then you can't place a red or a unicorn.
Yeah, so there,
So-
haha.
I'm going to place this over here and leave her no red or unicorns.
So there.
So I
I might think, I don't know, Green and gold, or green and gold? I guess I'll
Or
take
use
green
your
and gold.
token to
I could.
refill the
I
offer.
could. I'm not going to do that yet.
Good.
I'm with him. The token
This guy in the
is-
middle that she's placing,
I don't
it's
care.
going to get covered.
Yeah.
This is a
It
good time to
doesn't
accept
matter.
a tile that doesn't help much
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
save your one chance to refill the offer or move a tile till a more critical time in the game.
Exactly. And then we're down to 1, so I'm going to refill again.
Oh, looky there.
And-
Only one tile that's good for both of us. Isn't that great?
Gone. And it works great for me, so it's in there. And it's your turn.
And I, once again,
Once again, you're
have to take a tile that doesn't help me.
It's beginning to be critical that you've taken so many.
Yes.
But you could put it in the center. It'd be all right. I don't know.
I'm thinking, trying to figure out, do I accept another tile that doesn't help? Or do I use my token and do a redraw and see if I can get something better? Well, now here's the thing. This row and this row, hopefully I can leave uncovered, and they're part of my final design and floor plan. But now, so I've got a section of 2 by 5 I need to cover. Now, probably, even if I could cover these and these, then I would have something go here and here, maybe here and here. So this one, maybe it's going to have to be covered regardless. So, what meaning that if I did put it on here, then after I put everything else down, I'm going to keep stacking and these are going to be covered up anyway. So maybe it doesn't really matter if I put it right there.
Okay. And then you do?
And then I get to restock the offer. And by gosh, there better be some blues in here.
Well,
Ooh, it's not only a blue.
we haven't seen the blue unicorn yet. Oh, there he is.
It's a blue unicorn.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bound to come out about now. So.
Yeah, so now, so with the unicorn, it'll place anywhere. So I'm just going to put it on this side.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Now, I have the
Now
problem.
I've narrowed my problem down to a 2 by 4 area that are not either tridents or unicorns. So if I can keep narrowing it down, then maybe I can finish.
Yeah. Now, I have the problem that there's no red out here in the offer. I am gonna take one more bad one.
But you're going to reach a point in the game where you
Where that's
really
a
don't
bad
want to have
idea.
to take a bad one. And right now it's still not bad. So-
But we're getting close.
So
Getting close.
trick is, when do you give in and use your token for help?
I'm gonna use mine.
Ooh.
So- I'm gonna put these aside. And when you do this, I have rejected two tiles. I draw 2. So, and I did get a red.
And
That's a
then the
good
other
thing.
2, now that you've drawn, the other 2
Then
go
these
right
should go
back in the bag.
They'll come back out. Because, as we said earlier, we've counted what's in the bag. You need everything that's in the bag. So it has to go back. But now I've got a red, so I will take that and do this. And this matches both the unicorns and the thing there, so we're good. And it matches the red here, so yeah, all good. Now, down to 1 again. My turn to draw. So I'll draw back out the crap that I threw away last time, and sure enough, still have crap. I didn't manage to
But
find
her
another
token's
red.
gone, so she can't do anything about it. She's going to
No, I'm
have
gonna
to
have to
pick
take
one
it.
of these.
Yep. I'll take one that
And
has yours on it.
one of the rules is, if there's something that can be placed, you
You
must
must.
place something. You can't just say, I'm going to pass and not place anything. You're not allowed. If something will place, you must place something.
Yeah. Your turn.
Okay, well, there's a good one for me.
Okay,
And my
now
turn
your
to
turn.
restock.
But you're down to
And
1 tile.
1 tile. So we finished that bag, but we have to continue. So I need to go to the next bag, and this is the next one in order.
More reds, yay. Yeah, it looks like there wasn't a red tile in that bag anyway. I was gonna get crap no
So-
matter what.
I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna go. Oh, why don't I go here?
Yeah,
If I can
that's
get
nice.
another blue tile, then I can narrow it down even better.
Yep, yeah, that's a good choice.
Back to
Good
Carlie.
choice. Okay, red. That's easy. Easy choice. And what he said, I'm looking to narrow it down, so I've got the red on the outside there. Then we're down to one tile, time to draw. Oh, she's over here. Yeah, we got a friend. Oh, dang it.
Another one with nothing good for Carlie.
And now it's getting to be more of a problem.
That's why the longer you can hold out saving your token, the better, because
Yeah.
she could probably handle the bad tile earlier a little bit more than she can now. Now,
Yeah. But it's your turn.
you'll find out she's probably going to have to place something. Having placed that, she's probably going to have to cover up something that she doesn't want to keep going.
Yep, because it's pretty high.
Now I'm going to go here and refill.
Yeah, that probably cost me the game. We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see. Depends on what happens to you.
I
I don't see a lot of red in that offer either.
Still, now, one thing that I want to point out is that adjacency is horizontally and vertically, but the elevation doesn't matter. So when I place this here, even though it's at a higher level than either of these, I don't care. I'm looking at it top down, and as far as our rules go, this is adjacent to this, and it is adjacent to this. Even though they're not on the same level, they are one space away, horizontally and vertically. So it is a legal placement. So, in case you're confused, the elevation doesn't make it not adjacent.
So I'll take the unicorn because that's the only thing that's possibly useful to me.
And you're going to be forced to cover
I'm
something
going to cover
up
something
now.
up. Yep,
You got a problem.
I do. I'm going to go
It's
this
not that
way.
she can't get there, but the problem is she's going to have to build up her pile tall
Yeah.
enough to fix
Yeah,
it.
it's because I've got elevation issues at this point. So I will do this. Oh, look, now I've got...
But now she might want to consider taking the one with red and blue so that I
Oh,
don't
she
have a
certainly
good
does.
choice. She could have just as easily, no, you couldn't, yeah, you could just as easily place this one, but that makes it tougher on me.
Oh.
So, okay, I'm going to give up my token and redraw, because I don't want to
It's
have
time.
to take a bad one now.
Yeah, we're far enough into the game that this makes sense.
Nope, these go back in.
Yeah. Now
And,
you could return the favor.
well, although I'm going to redraw
Yeah,
first,
you
you
are.
don't know that you're going to have trouble.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go here. I'm down to only 3 spaces that are not my one color or at least a wild. Now,
Yeah,
I have a little bit of that problem, and this is really why I left the unicorn right here in the way I planned it, because even if I play this one, in order for me to ever get this covered, I'm probably going to end up having to cover this one too. That's why I arranged it so that my unicorn was there. I would rather cover a unicorn than one of my faction colors if I have to. If I get lucky and get another trident unicorn, I'm going to be done without doing that. I
Yep.
didn't,
You didn't.
but I will go ahead and again take the one that's got the red on it just to make it harder on Carlie.
And just to be a little bit of a
Little
butt.
bit of a butt. Now the unicorn is still useful, but
Sort of.
because at the end of the game, every unicorn you have showing is a -1 point, and every tile that has one of the 4 colors that is not your color is -2. So the unicorn is a -1 point. It's not
Dang it.
great. Ooh, but you get to take
Yes, I get to
away
take
my
your-
finishing tile.
Your tile.
Because
So,
if I had
yeah.
that, I could
He'd
place
be
it and
done.
then place my single and be done, so she doesn't want me
Yeah.
to have it.
Yeah. Now, when I placed this, I'm covering two bad spots and improving it some because the unicorn is less bad than somebody else's color. So I'm a little bit ahead from the last turn. And then I'll take this one because I do not want him to have this. Because as he explained, it would allow him to win this way. It's not much better. I've got an elevation issue. I have had from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I did it wrong.
And it looks like I'm going to
You
finish
do
on my
too.
turn.
Well,
That
Oh,
will let
yeah.
me finish. And it's still there. So I go here. Well, it's not going to let me finish, but
No, it
it's
isn't.
almost.
yeah, you're getting
I'm
close.
almost. I just have two.
Getting close.
And Carlie gets another unicorn.
Yay. Where the hell is the red? It's all in here. Let's see. So, sigh. I will do this.
You lose the.
I know. What am I going to do?
No, what you
I
can
can't-
do
No.
is if you go here and then place one here, then you have a platform to work on. But you don't have to. The other way, you're hoping to find a unicorn
I go
red,
here. Well,
and then you can
no.
finish. If you have
I
a
can put my
unicorn
thing
red,
here. Yeah,
then you can finish.
all
You
right.
can gamble.
I can do this. I guess that's better. 3 bad ones. 3 bad ones. I guess it doesn't matter, except that this gives me a better building platform. Okay. Then
Unless
I'm
you
gonna
wanted
draw.
to gamble on finding the unicorn
Well,
red piece.
it's going
on
to
your
benefit
turn.
me either way. So, I mean, if I find that,
Yeah,
I'm in good
yeah,
shape no
you're
matter
right.
what. Yeah. Okay, so no unicorn red, but I got this. So, dang it. Well, let's put it here.
Now this is 2 levels above this, whereas if you
Yeah.
put it here,
Yeah, but I still have 3 bad ones if I do that. If I do this and the unicorn red comes out, then I'm done.
gambling.
Gambling, we'll see.
But guess what?
No blues.
I did. Guess what? Not only no blues. The only thing
You're
I
gonna create
can.
an elevation problem for yourself.
I am forced to play this, even though it hurts me, because I
Can you
can
place
play
it?
it.
Wow. Wow.
That was
That was expensive.
That really hurt me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
That's not gonna help you. Dang it.
Now I could also choose to gamble. Looking for the blue with a unicorn, because if I did something like this, then if I get the blue and unicorn, then I could place this and be done. But then I've made it an even worse
Bigger
mess,
problem, yeah.
kind of like what
What
she's
I've done, yeah.
Whereas if I do this, I could
Sigh.
potentially fix it
2 steps
with
back.
2 or 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not confident I'm going to get the unicorn blue, so I'm going to do this.
Okay. I'm gonna do this.
Okay, she didn't get the unicorn
Because I didn't
red.
get it. Nope.
Oh, the final bag.
Okay, and there's a unicorn gold. Yay. So let's do that. Your turn.
Is either one of us actually going to finish, or are we just going
I
to
don't know if we're gonna run out.
Oh, I have a chance now.
And I get this, which, oh, that finishes it. I put it here, and then I can put this here, and now everything matches.
Okay, so now the thing is if we've got it down to one tile in the offer, so that means if there had been more than one tile, that means there are some other players that still need to take their turn, because we will do that so everybody gets the same number of turns. But there's not, which means we've had the same number of turns. But I still get to place this for free at the end of the game.
Okay.
And now we
now
score
I have to
it.
count it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 unicorns. That's 4 points.
I have 2 unicorns and a the wrong color. That's worth 1, 2, and this is worth another 2, so also 4 points.
Okay, so
So we're
then,
tied on points.
so at that point then, what is the tiebreaker is who has the fewest colors that don't belong to them, and
I have 1 and
he
she
has
doesn't.
one, I have none,
So she
I win.
wins. Because if you look at it, she has no wrong colors, and
And he has one.
I have 1, and it tends to favor whoever finished their building.
Yeah,
So
which we think is right.
she finished
so-
the building, so the
Yep.
rules made it to where she ended up winning. Now, it's sometimes, if she had a lot of unicorns out there, I still could have beat her on points and not gone to that
Yes,
tiebreaker.
that does happen.
Sometimes
That does happen.
you can win, even if you're not the one that finished the building.
Yeah, because if you use too many unicorns, if they bless you with their presence often enough, which they didn't today, then you know that also weakens the color of the whole. So you know that can be you finish first, but you're not quite
And
as strong
we
as the
just
others.
barely finished
Yeah.
because there's only,
Only a few.
oh, that's the wrong side.
Dump them.
There's
Yeah.
only a small number of tiles left.
And there's mine. And there's
there's mine.
Harvey's. They were in here. So that's built in a day. We hope you enjoyed watching it, and please back us.
Right. Thanks for
Anything
joining
else?
us. That's
Okay.
it.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.